Do I want to be remembered as someone that just laid round and did nothing all day at the beach or, on a holiday? Or do I want to be remembered as someone that works hard, And I'm like, I always remember that, cool. And just in life in general, like work hard, I mean, it's nice to have a holiday and relax and all that, but at some point, you need to get things done, Same as a band, like gigs aren't going to fall in your lap, recordings aren't going to happen, You need to keep pushing at things and keep going, and I'm really happy with Former, like the band I'm in. Like I'm so grateful to be a part of like the sort of team we created. Everyone brings something to the table, everyone works hard.
It's time to land the Barracuda! Yeah!
G'day viewers. Today's podcast was brought to you by Koala Karma, the chill out drink. That's right. Sit back, relax, crack a can of Karma Koala. Let the juices flow. Today's podcast was brought to you... No. Today's podcast, I met a great dude. I actually really did. Ryan Murr from Former Angels. And I didn't know him. He was brought to me by the lovely Cal Miller from Celts Entertainment. Cal thought he was a special cat doing some big shows, and it turns out he is. How about this? You're in a band for 13 months. You've already done 2 East Coast tours. You've got a CD, a recording on a white vinyl in my hand right here. And every photo and every dude in the band looks like a real band, and they're kicking goals with... I'm not going to blow it again. I'm not going to ruin everything, but listen to this guy. This is the kind of guy you need to associate yourself with, especially in the bands, because damn, there's so many bludgers who think just playing guitar or something is all you need to do. Take it from me.
Hey, all you middlemen, throw away your fancy clothes while you're out there sitting on the fence. Because rock and roll ain't no winner, man. Me, it's just good sense.
Ryan Murr, how are you, mate?
Good, nice to meet you.
Would I pronounce it Murr?
Yeah, Murr, you're correct. Yeah, my whole life it's always every stranger I meet calls me Muir, but it's actually Murr.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Isn't it weird? I know I'm Muir.
Yeah, right. Well, it's 1 out of 100 will say Murr. So yeah, well done.
Okay. Here I go, starting my own show without knowing what to say.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Former Angels.
Yep. Original rock and roll band. Been going just over 12 months now. Playing anywhere and everywhere. We did an East Coast tour just last November. We released a vinyl and done an East Coast tour with it. Lots of fun. Basically got back, started recording again, and plan to do the same thing in a couple of weeks. So yeah,
wow.
back down to Melbourne and back. But yeah, it's just good fun. The word rock and roll gets thrown around a lot, I've noticed. We're a good hard rock band. You're not going to listen to it and be surprised. It's just good rock music in my opinion. But yeah,
it is. Well, it is.
Yeah.
I only listened to it this afternoon.
Yeah.
Right, and which is on Bandcamp, and I was stoked, mate.
Yeah.
I used to be in a regional band called Bull Rush back in the day, right? And we won the Queensland Rock Awards.
Yep.
But someone said it was one of those a rave. Is Rave a magazine still going?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. There's a heap of them up in the city. There's also Blank and that down on the Gold Coast. There's they're everywhere.
Okay.
And with Facebook, yeah.
I remember this journo saying to us, and it made me feel great about it, like because we were Logan Bogans.
Yeah.
pretty much playing AC/DC.
Yep.
You know, I love Malcolm Young. I was a rhythm guitarist.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm rhythm guitar, and
yes!
I literally picked up the guitar. My dad got an AC/DC DVD for Father's Day. I would have been about 13 or 14, and it just changed my whole life. I'm like, oh, so this is why people like music. that band just woke me up. And,
that happened to me too.
Yeah.
Player.
Yeah. Sorry, anyway, you're back into the Logan, and
Well, I don't know if it ever happens to you. I think what maybe you're trying to say is that in this day and age, there's with genres of music.
Oh, yeah.
And there's definitely, we've gone through some sort of hippie. Oh, no, this is me as an old dude.
Yep.
Like, dudes wearing their guitars high.
Yep.
And when I clicked on your music, I was expecting kind of, for want of a better word, some sort of emo screamo.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I just
yeah,
was, and I went,
yep.
hang on a minute. These dudes are playing rock and roll in the classic style.
Yep.
More than AC/DC. That
Oh,
I don't know much about Airborne.
Yeah. No,
the
I'm a big
band,
Airborne fan.
but it's like
Yep.
that. And
Yep.
here's what the dude from Rave said back in the day to us, because
Yep.
we were that
Yep.
in the days when kind of wasn't cool to
Yeah.
be like that.
Yeah,
right?
I see. Yeah.
But the dude said he wanted to hate us as well, but he said, there's something about Aussies. We can only do that. Like
Yeah.
we are,
Yeah.
and if you acknowledge that, like we are great at rock and roll.
Yep,
Like
yep.
in a particular style of like Aussie rock and roll, and
Well, yeah, it's funny. We just played out Woodford Saturday night just gone, and I was talking to a guy after the show, and funny enough, there was an American dude that was a drummer, and he come up, complimented the set, and he was talking to me for a bit, and then I was talking to another guy, and we played a slow song, and we have a few slow songs. We try and we'll only ever put one in if we do, because it's pubs don't want slow songs, and But yeah, we put one in the other night, and I was speaking to this guy, and I'm like, "Oh, how do you reckon it went?" Like, I know pubs don't like slow songs, but we tried it, and he's like, "Oh, the thing I noticed about you is all your songs are just balls to the wall. So when you do put a slow one in, it's almost like a shock." He's like, "Maybe you should have some medium ones and then get to the slow one." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't know. I just no, I don't want to write
they're
you."
not fun.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, like, I mean, I'm in a band to play live, and the funnest thing about playing guitar is the energy that comes from a room. Like 4 guys plugging in. You can throw around the word like vibe and all that sort of stuff, and the energy. It's real. Like, you plug in your amps, everyone's jamming, and all of a sudden things just come alive. And I think rock music creates this great energy, and you can't help but just to unleash. And so. If you start doing slow songs, I think they're really... I enjoy doing slow songs in a recording process, but live it's a bit hard because you're always sort of thinking, oh, people are leaving the dance floor. So you start thinking rather than just enjoying the song. But yeah.
Big time, especially when you've got... what you said is perfect, because I just told you now, I joined a cheeseball cover band.
Yeah.
And for us in original bands, which is probably where you and the boys are in right now, is like...
Yep.
It's definite, like, they're pussies. Like the cover band guys, especially when you're young... You join an original band because you want to rock out. Cover band, guys, it's a job. It's some sort of... You guys, hear me out, right? So I was 20 years of that, right? And then I just went, man, I just want a second job, join a cover band. And here's where it changed my opinion. I wish I'd have known this 20 years ago, mate, when we were in these bands. It's all about, like, people dancing. Like, we used to just bang our heads for, 3 years. Like, and not care. It was just riffs and dudes, and look up at the end and go, was that good? Yeah. So you add a slow song in there.
Yep.
In a band like you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, like people may leave the floor.
Yeah. And it's like, we when people are up the front, banging on the front of the stage or just dancing in general, you know they're enjoying what you do. So I mean, you already enjoy what you do. When you see other people getting off on what you do, that's like the bonus. That's like the lottery. So when they start leaving the dance floor, it's probably not because it's a bad song. It's more like, oh, I can't dance to this. I'm going to go have a smoke or have a drink. Yeah. We just love it. I mean, we played Broad Beach Tavern about a month ago, and there was a guy jumping on stage in a positive way, and yelling, and like I love that because like that's me whenever I go see a band, I'm the guy that has 10 beers and tries to get on stage, So when I see guys doing it at a gig, I'm like, that's good, we're winning, Like we've created some sort of surge of adrenaline in him where he can't control himself, and that's good, that's a win. But yeah, funny you say Airborne. We done this East Coast tour last November and come back and recorded a new single A and B side, so that'll be released on May 27. But when we sort of had a night off, and a friend of ours is studying engineering, and he wanted a band to record, and he'd recorded a lot of metal bands. He'd never actually recorded a rock band, so we were like, oh, okay. And we sort of said we've all our original materials we've caught up on it all. We've got a lot of recordings done, but we're happy to help out. And what we were doing is we were doing one or two covers in the set, and so we're like, well, we got a free night in the studio. Let's and we've got all our original material that we want to record is sort of up to date, so to speak. So we're like, oh, well, let's just record a cover and see how it goes. And we actually did Stevie Wright. We recorded Evie. And that we released that on SoundCloud just before the tour, just to try and build a bit of hype, because not everyone wants to hear like, oh, listen to our brand new song you've never heard, you never heard on the radio, and so if you're not well known, they might not be as invited to, like, as keen to hear it. So then we throw a cover up and might get a bit more people that we don't know or people unaware of the band to actually look in. And funny to say, Airborne, before we did it, we recorded an Airborne cover that same night. It's yet to be released, so I won't say what song it is, but
Hang on, did you say Airborne covered the same song?
Oh, no, we recorded an Airborne cover the same night. We went in recording Evie, and we're like, oh, I think we'll finish this in one night. So we're like, and I'm a massive Airborne fan, more so than the other guys. The other guys like them, but I'm sort of like, I have all their albums and all that sort of
Cool.
stuff.
Great.
So I was like, oh, let's do this Airborne song, and not planning on releasing it or anything. We just did it for fun, and it so it's I hear it occasionally. It's on my iPod. Everything I record I pretty much put on my iPod. So occasionally it'll come up on shuffle, and I'm like, oh, kind of like got to show someone that. So we're not sure.
You should show them, mate.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I bet hardly anyone, because we're Aussies, like I was saying before off tape.
Yep.
Why would we record a cover? Like, they're your peers. But that's why you should do it. Because they would love you for it.
Yeah, no, I was...
inspiring others, mate. Is
definitely.
There's a band in Brisbane that love us. Just when you're thinking everyone's hip-hop, there's a band up there in Brisbane that love us so much they did one of our covers.
Definitely. We recorded it, and we had no intention or no thoughts of what to do with it, because... but it's just sort of been, we've got it there all done, and we're only talking about it the other day. I'm like, what are we going to do with this, this cover? Like, because being an original band, we don't necessarily want to release a heap of covers, but like in saying that, we released Evie, and because everyone knows and loves Evie, and we're hoping to get people that haven't heard of our band to look in, and it's done that. We've noticed a little bit more hype on our like social media, and we've got the Airborne one. We're gonna release it at some point, just not exactly sure when. But we just but they're a big inspiration on me. That basically. There's a few new bands that are getting around that are like, when you say rock, you sort of imagine, Thin Lizzy, Led Zeppelin, that kind of thing, and then you'll hear
crap like Creed,
like
Nickelback,
for sure.
It's definitely Aussie rock.
And then so when you go to hear this band and you're like, I thought you were rock, and you listen to it and it's nothing like rock. It's got 100 different influences, which is good. But like when we like saying rock, we sort of like hope, We mean it, like it's our inspirations lie in rock, and then it's good we found, there's a few more new bands coming through, like, Rival Sons just supported Sabbath, they're getting a bit more radio play, I noticed, and I've got all the Rival Sons CDs and like this, so there's some good classic rock sounding rock bands out there, but nowhere near as much when bands say they're rock, and then they're not really rock, they're like a whole other thing, they just sort of stealing the rock slogan, which is, that's when we say we're rock, we mean it. You'll hear our songs and you'll be like, oh yeah, you kind of sound like these guys, but we got a bunch of different inspirations to make our own unique sound. Like our bassist Mitch Gardner, he listens to absolutely everything, and that's no word. That word is not an exaggeration. His iPod is full of all this crazy stuff, all these different genres. So he's good to have in the rehearsal room, because I'm a big rock guy. And George, our lead guitarist, he's a big rock guy, also very into metal. But so me and George can sort of like get off on this classic rock stuff, and then Mitch will be like, "Hang on, that's been done. Let's try and throw this in or throw that." So Mitch is a really good. He throws in these really cool little things. That I think he sort of brings in the originality as far as Former Angels goes. Like, it'll all start for riff or a chorus. Or just even a word, and then so we'll all have a natural instinct to create this sort of pumping, thumping sort of dance rock song, or like just hard rock song, and then Mitch will be like, and do this, and you're like, oh yeah, I would have never thought of that, but it works so well, and it sort of just gives that bit more unique and something a bit new to bring to the rock scene, but still very much the classic rock sort of ingredient. So yeah,
Which you'd have to do, man. Like, think
Yeah,
of me,
yeah.
that band I was telling you about, that
Yep.
was 1994
Yeah,
when we
yeah,
won
yeah.
the Queensland Rock Awards, right?
oh nice.
So that's only the grand scheme